Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Play the Hits. Max, tonight we have our revenge on Foon Baba. I gained 5 levels here, and
nice.
Celeste now knows some magic.
Okay, we got the auras, so that's good.
We're gonna be just fine.
Pancake us.
Yeah, holy shit, man. That was some grade A nonsense last time.
You held in there pretty well, all things considered, but
yeah, I mean, I will take my lumps from now on and not neglect to grind between episodes.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Are there any items I can get before I talk to Tara? Is there anything of value in here?
I don't think so. And what is this, Mobliz? I didn't even see the name.
I forget, man. This is...
I think it's Mobliz.
It's been a while.
That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Been a while.
Let's see. Hey, so I remembered the topic of conversation that I forgot to ask you about during Super Mario World.
Oh, what's that?
Are you guys subscribing to Disney Plus?
Oh, no, we are not. I think we are going to very soon, though. Not for any of the original stuff. For me, the biggest thing I think is The Simpsons. Just having access to the movies. Yeah, so I don't think there's anything like... I know they have some original movies. Lady and the Tramp is like Disney Plus exclusive. The Mandalorian.
Yeah, I would watch The Mandalorian.
Yeah. So I didn't know this. They're doing not Netflix style. They're not making it bingeable. It's like, I guess every week they're going to do an episode.
Yeah, they're releasing new episodes, which is kind of... I guess on the one hand that makes sense. It's a way to keep your viewership,
engage.
Yeah, like long term, right? Yeah. So it's not like you're gonna spike when a major series releases and then flatline after that. But
exactly,
that hasn't
and I feel
really
like
been Netflix's problem. I mean, has it?
No, but Netflix also has a huge. They've always had a huge library. Back in the day, they just had everything because they were the only play in
they were
the town.
Only game in town, right?
And now everyone is taking their stuff off Netflix and trying to have their own streaming service. At this point, Netflix has a huge. It does, yeah, me too. It was so nice. It was good for a few years, right?
Right, when it was just Netflix,
had everything on Netflix, yeah. But now at this point, Netflix has their own studios, their own partnerships. They're making so many originals. You see, what's being added to Netflix? Not even exaggeration, 95% of it is original Netflix stuff.
Oh yeah, right. And it's good stuff too. Like Netflix has some Black Mirror, Stranger Things, dude. Those are good shows. And I'm gonna stick to Netflix just kind of for that. I'm like you. Once I get more of a feel for how The Mandalorian is and a couple of other things, I may subscribe. If for no other reason that I'm about to make the switch from PlayStation Vue to YouTube TV, which is actually $10 cheaper. And so I figure, hey, I could start a Disney Plus subscription and be paying the same amount that I was. So
that's true. Yeah. So have you tried out YouTube TV already?
No, and in fact, I think either tomorrow or the next day I'm going to start the free trial because then it would sync up perfectly with our billing cycle from PlayStation Vue. We wouldn't miss a beat.
Yeah,
so I'm going to do a 2-week free trial.
Cheap.
Yeah.
Okay. I knew it was cheaper.
Yeah. So the package that Sarah and I had was $65 from PlayStation Vue, and then YouTube TV. The package that we want from them is $55.
Now, do they all? Because I know Vue. There's, I don't know if it's the Warner stuff, whatever it was. It's like Comedy Central, and I think TBS is not on Vue. It just isn't.
Right.
And then, do you know if YouTube TV has?
I think they do get
Central?
Comedy Central. Yeah, actually. Okay. I'm not sure about the others, but I'm pretty sure I saw Comedy Central on there. Okay, actually, I was really surprised for $10 less. I think we're actually gaining a few channels by switching.
Yeah, I looked at the list the other day, and I was like, oh, this is actually for their lowest access. It's pretty good.
Right.
It was a lot like the PlayStation Vue in that way, but I think it's a bit better. Oh.
Poor Tara.
Yeah. So it shouldn't be too bad of a switch. I just really like the how the Vue works.
Yeah.
I really like the... What do you call that? Not the operating system, but the layout.
Yeah, right.
I've gotten all my, how the buttons work and everything. So that's going to be kind of simple. But whatever. It is what it is. It's a hard game to get into when you don't have these partnerships.
Yeah, and I'm really sad that PlayStation Vue didn't make it, like you said, because I liked it too. It was just a good system.
Yeah, I don't like that Sony. That's the thing. Sony is at the top of their game, right? They're doing well. They're winning this console war. They have all the exclusives. So I feel like they feel like they can do a lot of, I hesitate to say anti-consumer, because it's not like horrible, like, oh, they shouldn't be outraged. But they do stuff where it's like, yeah, we don't have to do crossplay. We're in a position where we're not going to lose that much. And we have a lot to lose if we do it. And same with the cable, is we got PlayStation Vue, so we're not going to allow YouTube TV on our system.
Right.
We're not going to allow, like, we'll have Hulu and YouTube, but their live TV components won't work. So, but I think I've already seen there's something. It's not Sling. It's not YouTube. There's some other weird Kubi TV or something like that. I think they're already opening it up.
Oh, is that
they
right?
know they're gonna shut down.
Wait, did you say that I can't do YouTube TV on my PlayStation 4?
Not yet.
Oh shit, because that's actually kind of a big fucking problem.
Kind of a deal, yeah. So right now you can't.
Son of a bitch.
Vue, they only wanted you to use the Vue. That was the deal. So, but hopefully, if they're getting rid of it, there's no reason. They still want people to use their PlayStation for everything.
Well, and come to think of it, my TV is a smart TV, so I may still be covered.
It should, yeah. But it was I like using things on. If it's a Roku
sorry, you
or
broke
a Fire
up there
Stick,
a little bit.
Oh, if I can use something on like a Roku or a Fire Stick, something that's kind of made for that, I usually rather like that than stuff native to the TV. But it just depends, because sometimes stuff gets weirdly compressed, like Netflix apps on certain TVs. It doesn't come in like it's supposed to.
Right.
So it just runs slower. Or...
Sorry, you're still breaking up a little bit.
I feel like, you know what?
I feel like we always get this on second episodes.
You know what it is? I'm gonna not flate the mic. Maybe that's the issue. I'm gonna be right here, see if it'll break up.
Now you're coming in a little quiet, but
okay, but maybe better than breaking up.
Yeah, that could be.
What was I gonna say?
We just fucking pwned Funbaba there. Suck it, Funbaba. Piece of shit.
What the hell was I talking about? TV.
TV, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. The last thing I remember.
So like smart TVs and how they don't always translate well.
That's right. Yeah. Usually I try to use. Although that's another thing about the TCLs. Apparently they have Roku's built in, but they're just like nappy.
Oh, really?
Quick. Yeah. Apparently they work well.
Yeah. No, you're still breaking up pretty good.
Damn it.
I think you're better off being a little bit closer to the mic.
You have to carry this episode, Chris.
Yep.
You have to do it yourself, man.
You're fine now. It's honestly not as bad as we've had it before.
Nah, man, I'm gone. You got the weight of Play the Hits on your back.
Fine. Hey, Fenrir.
Fenrir. Wait, what does Fenrir have?
I think he's like my first taste of higher level spells. No, he's not.
Oh, great.
MP plus 30% though. Damn.
Wow.
Dude, I think that's why I have Phantom on her. Yeah, I don't need Berserk and Vanish. I'm just going Fenrir.
Just go Fenrir right now. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, man.
That's just really good.
Tight. So this is going to be my MP powerhouse for a little while.
All right. Yeah, for a little while. You really don't get Terra for a few hours.
No, we don't.
You're going to be like 10 levels stronger.
We can get whoever the hell we want once we get the airship, so.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
But now it's time to get Edgar.
Now I got to get Edgar.
Or Jurad, or whatever he called himself.
Yeah, it is Edgar already. Yeah, Edgar and then Setzer. Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah, because we follow Edgar to Figaro Castle, and then we take Figaro Castle to
Coligan.
Coligan? Hey, Coligan, man.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, good times. Shit, I feel like I had something else to say about the TV business.
Well, I got something else to say about shows in general.
Oh, go for it.
But yeah, Netflix has their whole thing where they'll have a whole season, And if it's not their original, I mean, it's originals because they have their own studios, but they also contract where it's like, hey, this is with another studio, this is gonna be a Netflix original in this country or something.
Yeah.
But I was going to talk about High Score Girl because that's a quote unquote Netflix original, even though it airs like on Tokyo TV.
Right, like they'll import stuff and call it original. Yeah.
And say, hey, this is Netflix only, basically.
Right.
Or buy the rights to Evangelion or something like that.
Right.
But speaking of which, High Score Girl second season has started.
What?
Netflix is gonna wait until it's all done and then just package it all up. Yeah. So that's probably gonna be a few weeks. But I think they're like on episode 2 or 3, and I'm opting not to watch it.
Yeah, no, me too. I'll wait till Netflix. Damn it, though. Damn it, Saban. Come on. You know better than that. Nah, whatever. It got done. Yeah, dude, I'm with you. I'll probably be waiting to see that. Oh, you still there?
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm still here. Oh my god.
Yeah, so let's just wreck that thing.
Wailed.
Oh man.
Hey, I'm gonna be a little brave.
Do it.
I'm gonna see if I can take my whole setup out to the 3 Seasons room right now and not be too loud about it.
Well, while it's just nothing but filler going on here.
Yeah, basically. I think I have enough juice in this laptop. I'll just disconnect it.
All right.
Yeah, here we go.
Do it. Max is going portable.
Going mobile. I can never not say that.
Going mobile. Oh, shit.
Right.
Oh, dude, you know what
I'm trying to think. It's like, don't I need so many things? But no, I need my headphones, my microphone, and my computer.
Yeah.
And
you're all set.
Hopefully, I'll leave my drink here.
What was I just gonna say? Oh, speaking of like really random references, do you know what and Netflix, do you know what I watched for the first time in about 15 years the other night?
Okay, give me a little clue. Was it on Netflix?
Yes.
Not Friends. I know you've watched that more recently.
It wasn't a TV show, it was a movie.
Okay, no, I don't know.
Legend of the Drunken Master with Jackie Chan, which is my favorite fucking kung fu movie of all time.
Dude, Jackie Chan is the man.
I fucking love Jackie Chan. I would get gay with Jackie Chan.
Yeah, me
like
too.
Unironically, like it's like, all right, man. It's not even like physical attractiveness either. I mean, he's a handsome man, but like I just respect you so much as an actor. I mean, you can have my butt.
It's just like, if you want this, I guess you deserve it.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna say no to Jackie Chan, are you? I would say that if anything, you're gayer if you do say no to Jackie Chan. Oh man. But no, dude, that's such a fucking like it's a good movie with like a fun like not like the most profound story ever told, but that's not what you go to Kung Fu for.
No.
But man, some of his best stunts ever are in that film.
Now that one was not filmed here, was it?
No,
it was Hong Kong.
Yeah, it was actually filmed in China. And largely made for a Chinese audience, but it just works so well as its own standalone piece of cinema. It's excellent.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I pretty much made it.
Ugh. Nice.
Not bad. Here, I'm gonna be gone for 5 seconds while you
All right. Because I got more to say about this. Eat it. Man, it's so much better now that we've leveled up a little bit.
Right. Yeah. I'm back.
All right.
And not only do I already have blankets out here, I have some chocolates from last time.
Score.
Cherry from the alcohol.
Some frozen chocolates. All right.
I bet they're better. They're not going to be as runny as it. Let's find out.
Nice.
I'm just coming.
I was gonna say, you sound like you're a little far away from the mic, but...
No, I am a little bit. Let's see. There we go. I didn't bring the stand out with me, but I think I should be good, and I could definitely talk a little louder.
Yeah, no, you sound okay. Just like I said, a little far away from the mic.
Let's see. Let's try this out. Yeah, not as runny.
Tight.
Now, where are we meeting Edgar?
He's like we like see him at the port, and then we just kind of like stalk him, and he claims he's
like
not Edgar.
It's a port town.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, there's a little gang of ruffians.
Right.
Who, if I remember correctly,
he just kind of cuts loose.
To their death. Yeah.
Yeah, he just kind of lets them fend for themselves after he gets what he wants. It's hard times, Max. Edgar did what he had to do to survive.
Oh, and then you have your jumping on the turtle moment.
Yeah, that's right.
Which, if you ever had an HD remake of this game, might not happen.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, not to belabor the point, but I'm still really worried about the FF7 remake.
Yeah, me too. Oh yeah, we were talking about this last time with Resident Evil 2.
Yeah.
How perfect of a remake that was.
Right, and really I've said my piece. I don't have anything new to say. Like, my worries remain what they've always been, is that it's just going to be like the first chapter of the game, and then it's like, all right, go and play the PS1 version if you want the whole story.
Yep.
Which, you know, whatever. That's
it's
fine.
It's almost like an experiment for them. Where it's like, yeah, we were able to do this. We really don't have to go any further now.
Yeah, and like I said, it could be worse. I think that we'll at least get like a good, you know, like Midgar reminiscence, like in full HD and all that good stuff. So whatever. Going back to Drunken Master, which is what I really want to talk about. That movie is absolutely my favorite kung fu.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't recall. I'm pretty sure I watched it with you at some point, but it's worth just like revisiting. Like the stunt work is absolutely incredible, and it's just like it's Jackie Chan in his prime, which is really all you need.
Well, what was it, like in his late 20s?
No, I think he was probably about 40. But for Jackie Chan, like he's in such incredible shape that's his prime. You know,
this is the 80s, right?
No, it was 92, and I believe he was born in the 50s.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
So late 30s, early 40s.
How old is he these days? Like 50s?
No, he's in his 60s, man.
Oh, jeez.
But he still kicks.
Crazy.
Like, he could still easily, like, murder you and I without even thinking about it.
Oh, and laugh about it, make some kind of stupid joke.
Yeah, right? like as he dances on our bloated corpses, you know? Like, hey, motherfucker, I'm in better shape in my 60s than you'll ever be. And than you ever were. Oh, man. But no, dude, that's just such good... What's your... Like, I know you do watch some kung fu. What's your favorite kung fu?
Let me think about that for a second.
And honestly, like, when I say kung fu, I'm referring to one of 3 actors. I've never gotten, like, really deep into, like, hardcore, like, Eastern kung fu, but kind of like some of the stuff that got ported to America. Like, I've watched some Bruce Lee, I've watched a lot of Jackie Chan, and a good amount of Jet Li. Yeah.
Yep, those are the 3.
Those are the 3 that I, like, really have experience with.
For me, Jet Li, it's really like 3 movies. It was like his first 3 or 4 movies.
And like I've watched a couple Kurosawa films, but he's not strictly speaking kung fu. He's like samurai movies, which is its own distinct genre, as I'm somewhat aware.
Now I haven't seen these movies yet, but I heard Ip Man.
IP Man. I call it IP Man. Yeah.
IP.
I know. I haven't seen them actually.
Have you seen them? Okay. And
I think they're on Netflix, or they were on Netflix. I don't know.
Oh, really? Oh, I'll totally watch those.
Those may be on Netflix.
So Jet Li, definitely not my favorite kung fu movies. They're really great. Kiss of the Dragon, the one, but what was the second one? After Kiss of the Dragon, there was something else.
Oh, shit. Not Unleashed.
Unleashed was another one that wasn't bad.
Yeah, but that was almost more of like I almost hesitate to call that a kung fu.
It was like action.
It had some kung fu in it, but it was actually more of just like a drama action, right?
Yeah. You think of like Enter the Dragon. It wasn't like a pure kung fu movie. Actually, most of Jet Li's stuff was not pure kung fu.
No.
But he was obviously very skilled.
Right.
And the stunts were really cool. As far as Jackie Chan, I don't know. Most of his stuff I haven't seen in a very long. years.
Right.
Probably like 15 years.
Oh,
other than like Rush Hours, you know.
I was going to say, do you consider Rush Hour kung fu? Because I do.
No.
Really? No, I do.
I don't. But it has, and because I'm also thinking of like fight work, you know. Well, yeah, it does have that. You know what?
Like the parts where Jackie Chan is doing his stuff, like that's straight up kung fu.
Because I was thinking, oh, Rush Hour is mostly stunts, and there are stunts, but there's fighting too.
Yeah.
There's some good kung fu fighting.
And I mean,
so like, okay, yeah, that's right. So yeah, I would consider.
I mean, it's not like kung fu made in it's clearly produced for a Western audience. But that's the thing. I think kung fu is one of those things. It's the genre is such that I think it transcends like just being an Eastern style of filmmaking. I think that a good Western director who has, you know, due deference to the kung fu masters, like, can make a good kung fu. It doesn't matter that he's a white guy.
Yeah.
And so I do consider Rush Hour kung fu.
What would you, because this isn't really kung fu and it's special effects, fighting. I mean, obviously this stuff is choreographed.
Right.
But I'm talking about like literal wire when it comes to Crouching Tiger.
Oh, the Crouching Tiger style? Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of style. That's like, I wouldn't consider that kung fu.
Yeah,
I mean,
see, I'm not a big fan of that because, you know, it's well choreographed and it's beautiful, but I mean, like the people doing it are, again, it's more like it could almost be called like kung fu fantasy, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, okay, that's a good word for it.
Because they're on wires. No one's in like any actual danger of like mutilating themselves, you know. Mm-hmm. Though actually, I heard that the lady who was the lead in Crouching Tiger actually really did tweak her back really bad.
Yes, I heard that too.
Yeah.
And it kind of inspired
so my argument
a lot of movies.
Moot, but yeah.
After that, the safety, yeah. It inspired a lot of movies after that, and it did some good things for stunt work in general, which you see in a lot of movies now. But there was a lot of copycats, first of all, after Crouching Tiger. And then it was like kung fu movies, like the actual like the skill and the choreography kind of took a back seat to the wire work and the just making something look fantastical, you know, or making it look like really good. Because there was Crouching Tiger was kind of like over the top, where obviously it's wire work, but they started doing stuff where it was just like, that was like most of the fight scenes in movies. Like even you think of something like Bulletproof Monk,
right,
or something like that, where it's like, oh, this is just like a fighting, like a movie with fighting, but it definitely had the wire work and the Crouching Tiger type thing going on,
right.
So it's I don't hold it against it, but
no, me neither. But at the same time, like when I think of, you know, pure kung fu, there's a very specific image that I have in mind, and I think Rush Hour actually does a better job of meeting that than Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Now, that's not to say that one.
And sorry, what did? Because I cut out just for a second.
I think Rush Hour does a better job of traditional kung fu. Now, that's not to say that one is a better film than another, because they're completely different, like, styles of film, and, you know, one's comedy, one's heavy on the drama, and, you know, one's almost like an art piece, and one's just like a fun, like, popcorn flick. So you can't really compare them in the same way, but I'm just saying in terms of, like, the stunts that were performed, I think Rush Hour actually has the edge on it. Yeah.
If we're just sticking to basically the tenets or what makes a kung fu movie, I would definitely say it has.
See, I think kung fu should be fun. Like that's like first and foremost. And Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is a beautiful film, but I don't think there's anything in it that I'd consider exceptionally fun.
Yeah. And there's other things like when you talk about fun, like there's movies that literally Hustle, which again,
Kung Fu Hustle,
maybe some choreography, but it's again a lot of special effects. But that's just to be over the top,
right? No,
so that's not kung fu either. But it's a good movie. It's a fun, you know, it's a fun time.
And like Kung Pao Enter the Fist, like I think those are more, you know, they're like, you know how the Farley brothers did the Scary Movie series that just like lampoon all of the horror movie tropes. That's what I consider like those movies.
Yeah, you're right. Kind
because they borrow from like classic kung fu, but you know it's all just parody, and which is fine. I mean, it has its own unique flavor. But
now, what is You're talking. So you were asking me what my favorite kung fu movie is.
Yeah.
I don't
what's
know.
Your favorite kung fu?
Like, if I had to say honestly, maybe it's not the best choreography and stuff, but just the best movie. I really enjoyed it. Rush Hour 1.
Okay, yeah.
Like I love Rush Hour.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time I saw it was
and that's actually
guys.
kind of what I thought you might say, and that's the point that I wanted to make, is that I would agree with that. Like that's just, it's a fun movie. It's still funny today. The actors are good, and the stunt work is awesome. It's just a good kung fu, even if it's a Western kung fu. And
I fucking love the relationship, Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker.
Yeah,
it's a great pairing.
It is,
and you can believe it. You know, I definitely believe it. They sell it really well.
Now, did I hear right that they actually are doing like a Rush Hour 4?
Rush Hour 4.
I'm not sure if that's actually true or not, but I heard like a rumor.
I've heard rumors too, and I think they are talking about it. Not to say, oh, it's definitely in the planning stages, but I know. Like, I think personally, Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker have either talked about it themselves with each other, or they go back and forth with interviews, like with other people. It's like, oh, he said this, like, oh yeah, we could do that, or oh, he wants more money, but maybe it's gonna happen.
Yeah, like in the last like 10 or so years, we've kind of come into this thing where we do like like classic movies, but now they're old men, like Die Hard and Indiana Jones.
Yep. And we're getting a lot of that.
Yeah, and to like varying degrees of success. Like the vast majority of them suck. I can see Rush Hour actually being good though.
Yeah, and I feel like Rush Hour 3 was an in-between. It wasn't quite Oh, We're Old Men, not at all.
No.
But it definitely took place, like 12 years or something.
Yeah, because the little girl from the
Rush
first movie was in that, right?
Was like 18 or something at that point, yeah. So that was kind of an in-between, not like, 20 years later we're super old, but
right.
it was halfway there.
Yeah.
I guess one of those first kind of movies. Yeah, I know since Rush Hour 3, Jackie Chan has expressed interest in doing a Rush Hour 4, for sure.
Fucking good enough for me, man. Let's do it.
Yeah. Chris Tucker, I'm not sure if he's interested. I know their relationship is apparently like they like each other well enough, so
yeah,
I don't think there's no issue there with the personal
that was a great thing too. Like those kind of like '90s buddy flicks, I liked those. Like if the chemistry
Bad
was right, like Bad Boys, Tommy Boy, Rush Hour, like you got some really.
I don't remember
pairings.
the Lethal Weapon movie so much. I don't remember caring.
Lethal Weapon was just a little bit before my time, and they're good movies, but I also never got super into them.
Yeah,
like that was kind of like the pioneer of the buddy flick, right?
It was, yeah, really. And I'm thinking like as far as the trope of the what do you call it? Like cop who's just too old for this shit.
Yeah,
I feel like kind of came from Lethal Weapon.
Oh yeah, without question.
Agitating my sciatica.
That's right.
You're off the case. You're off the force. Give me your badge and gun now.
Oh, good stuff.
But
these fuckers are cheering me as I killed them. All right, cool.
Wow. Thanks.
Please, we love you. No, you die. Dude, this is so much better since we leveled up.
Yes, it's pretty
This
quick.
episode is going substantially smoother than the last.
I feel like than the last 6 episodes.
Right?
I feel like it's just been struggle. This whole game has been a struggle.
It's not been... It's surprisingly more difficult than I remember. Like, not that it's a hard game, but
the actual sick
that
game.
I've been taking it so... Yeah, right. But that I've been taking it so easy that, I'm now paying for that.
Yeah.
There's some treasure I can get in this cave, isn't there?
There was another Bruce Lee Kung Fu movie, and it might have been his last, or maybe there was 2 movies that they kind of finished after his death.
Uh-huh.
But this movie, and now I can't remember the name.
I was going to say, like, as long as we're talking Kung Fu, you can't not mention Enter the Dragon. Hello?
Enter the Dragon?
Yeah, Enter the Dragon.
Did I hear that right? Okay, yeah.
You can't not mention it.
There's like a shadow or something that's staying, isn't there? Did you see that?
Huh.
Did I imagine that? Okay.
There
was like the pink shadow of that. Unless there's like burn in on my screen or something.
That can't be good.
I'm gonna watch the stream later and see if that actually happened or not. But Enter the Dragon for sure.
Oh shit.
Well, hopefully this kills everyone.
Yeah, right.
What is the one? There was like one movie that involved a tower. Bruce Lee was ascending the tower, and there was this really tall dude with an afro that he had to fight. And certain scenes, it actually wasn't Bruce Lee because they didn't finish the movie before he died. But I actually really liked the movie. I know what you're talking
about, but I don't think I saw it.
Okay, it's a good movie. That I can't remember the name of it, and I don't remember how it ended. I think they kind of cobbled it together towards the end, but
or just like cut it off. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the one where he was like fighting students or something as well, and he like totally broke a guy's rib or something like that.
Oh, bad day. There was like this YouTube video I saw of like him doing like a martial arts exhibition in like the early maybe like the mid 70s or something, and like he like straight up decked this dude into a chair like way harder than he should have, and they like had to stop.
I wonder if that's the one I'm thinking of too.
Well, it's not like it doesn't look like a movie. It's like a stage, and
they're
just up there, and he's like punches this dude into a chair.
Yeah, I'm just talking about a YouTube video at this point.
Oh, really? Okay.
An old video. He's in like a gymnasium or something.
Yeah, right.
Like that.
Yep. Okay, then we are thinking about the same thing. Like, dude, he straight up hurt that guy.
Whoa. Am I running out of juice already? Oh, I will be right back.
Alrighty.
Did not have as much juice as I thought.
Max may disconnect here. That's alright. So we're about to get some treasures. From Edgar. Crulla and Humpty. Oh, Sabin. After we get the airship, the first thing we're gonna do is get the Phantom Rush, and then Sabin's gonna be fucking broken for the rest of the game. He's already, like, a bit more powerful than he has a right to be, but damn. Okay. According to my chat box, Max is still connected to us on Discord, so we'll see if we've lost him or not. Oh, I can hear him. He's with us. Hurry, Max, hurry!
Get in there.
Okay. Yeah, dude, who would have thought that streaming...
Good, alright.
Who would have thought that streaming a game in real time would be such a drain on your battery?
Give me a second, let me get my headphones back up. Alright, I'm back.
I was gonna say, who would have thought that streaming a game in real time would be such a drain on your battery? Hey, we got Razor Gale.
Also, actually using my battery, probably haven't done that, and so this laptop is really starting to show its age.
Yeah, dude, that work laptop that I told you about last time that I'm replacing, it's really not a laptop. It is a desktop computer that sits, you know, in like this neat little clamshell design.
Yeah. And I feel like after a while that's you don't really exercise the battery, I guess.
No.
And you start after, these computers, they get old, they get slow.
Sure.
This one is really starting to show its age to the point where these days I just prefer to go on my phone, even for websites that don't work too well on my phone. Like, that's how bad this laptop's getting.
I've noticed that too. Like, I have this beautiful gaming computer at home. I really don't like browse the internet very much on it. It's just like even if I'm sitting at my computer, like if I want to just like go to a website or check Facebook, I'm on my phone.
Interesting.
It's just kind of a weird, like,
I wouldn't say compulsion, but
it is. No, you're right. It is a compulsion.
It is a compulsion. Okay.
Like if I'm just kind of sitting here and I don't quite know what to do with my hands, they'll like drift towards my phone. And I really don't like want to have. It's not. I'm not like stuck in the middle of traffic with my head buried in my phone sort of person. But you're right. It is a compulsive behavior. Like you just get used to it, and I kind of really don't like that. Like I almost want to. In the future, maybe, like, if I can get away with it, downgrade to, like, a dumb phone and just be more deliberate again about my use of technology. Because I, like, remember, just getting on my computer and looking at a website that I needed some information or something from,
like,
and then getting off,
You had more purpose.
Right. and like doing other shit. Yeah, like my phone, I definitely zombie out sometimes into it. It is mindless.
You're right. It's a mindless thing, and that's a new phenomenon.
Like within the last 10 years or so for me,
definitely
like even in college, like I did not. Well, because I never had a smartphone in college. My phone was very dumb. I actually hung on to my old Motorola Razr forever. Like I just had that.
A good phone. To be fair, I had a Motorola Razr as well.
Yeah, it lasted me like 5 years until I.
Those phones would.
Yeah, until
if you needed it to.
Right.
Yeah.
And you cannot say that about any modern phones, really.
No. My first smartphone was a HTC Evo 4G, which was not great 4G, but this is like in the infancy of 4G.
Dude, mine was an old fucking
2000...
BlackBerry. I straight up had a BlackBerry.
Oh, nice. You had a BlackBerry. Yep. That's awesome.
I got the scars on my thumbs to prove it.
But yeah, it was if you were on the computer and you were gonna browse, it was always deliberate. Like I'm gonna type. There's something about typing it in, because these days you type one or two things and you could just touch.
Yeah.
And even on a computer, if you type it, you still got to use the mouse to go somewhere. There's something more deliberate about everything, the action, and it's just like you're going somewhere to do something. Even if it is entertainment, you're planning on it. And these days it's like you're checking Instagram or Facebook or something, and you're just scrolling and you don't even know. It's just like, oh, you're just consuming.
Dude,
that's what it is. It's consumption.
Right. Dude, I've straight up, and where I kind of came to this realization, like, and it really started to piss me off, was like, there were nights when like I intended to like stream a solo episode or just, play a game that I really wanted to play. And instead, like, I accidentally just killed an hour on my phone. I'm like, why am I doing this? This isn't fun.
You got some good equipment here.
Yeah, for real. Like, I was just thinking to myself, like, this isn't fun. This is not a good use of my time. And, like, I don't want to do this, but... Yeah. And
it's always to look
like
out...
you said, it's compulsive.
Yeah, and to look out for if it's, like, a kind of a... or, like depression or something, where it's like, I want to play a game. Like, even something like entertainment. I want to play a game. I want to stream. I want to do something like that.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I definitely recognize that I have, like, very minor symptoms of depression, but it's not, like, debilitating to the point where, like, I just, lay there aware of my own existence and, like, don't do anything. Like, this is more just, like, it's a long day, and I'm tired, and I would like to play a video game, but instead, like, I'm, like, I want to sit for a little bit first, and that sitting just becomes all I do.
And it starts,
Yeah.
Also, it's like almost, and I get what you mean by like a long, and it's kind of like if you were just smack dab in the middle of a game, playing a game somehow, cool. But it's like the startup cost.
Yeah, dude. Like,
setting it up.
Man, I've got to put the game in. I've got to set up Twitch. I've got to get my headphones on.
You've got more of an excuse for sure, because the streaming does require some extra things.
But I've also done it when I'm not streaming too. Like if I'm just playing a game for myself.
Yeah, I get it. I get that. Where it's just like I really want to play a game.
Is this the door to the boss fight?
It is.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the left first. Okay, but yeah, no, I've done it in both instances. Like, one, I've just been too lazy to stream. The other, like, like I said, I just never quite get around to it. And part of that is because I'm consuming content on my phone. And not even relevant content. Like, I'll click, like, a BuzzFeed article and just go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's like, hey, dude, I wonder what Jennifer Aniston is up to these days. Like, fuck.
For me, it's kind of like, and the... that's become a big thing. And I started getting into that with like Cracked.com. And
yeah, Cracked is more...
They kind of pioneered it, I feel like.
But at least Cracked has like actual cleverly written articles. Like, I'll be reading
very interesting stuff too.
Yeah. I'll be reading something on BuzzFeed and like be fully aware that it's fucking garbage.
That's like, pretty good, isn't it? Sorry, not what you're saying, the Royal.
It's very good.
It's very good for him.
I think it's more good for Edgar, though, because of that defense.
Let's see, Vigor.
I'd rather have the Vigor and Speed with Sabin right now.
Yeah.
I'll pass that on to Edgar.
They're the only two that can wear it, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I don't know why they keep the crown for their kingdom in the basement, but whatever.
In the basement, yeah, in a must-see treasure chest.
But yeah, like every once in a while, like I'll read an article and like you can tell that one of two things was going on. Either the person who wrote it just didn't give a fuck, or they barely speak English. And you know, that's not a crime, but why are you writing for fucking BuzzFeed? You know, like have fun. Like,
and a lot of these are, it's not even, it's like
it's just
pictures.
clickbaity shit.
But it's pictures or GIFs or something. It's like, this isn't even
like that feeling when you wake up at 6 a.m. and don't have your coffee. Lol, what am I doing today? OMG, end me now. Why am I at work? That's it. Calling off sick. YOLO. And I'm like, oh my god, why am I reading this fucking shit? Instead of like playing The Witcher 3, you know? Come on, Chris. And so that when I do that, like, it really makes me want to just throw my smartphone in the trash. But
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Not a good use of time in any way, shape.
No, not really. It doesn't add. And that's the thing is, like,
it only subtracts. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I will deliberately use my phone occasionally to look up something that's necessary, but
yeah,
in those instances, that is not the case.
No. And literally playing a game does add to your life, I feel like. It's a great experience. It's like a story. It's like reading a good book a lot.
Yep.
You know, only you're actually seeing something and voice, you know, people who voice acted and written, you know, done all this, and there's something going on the screen.
Yeah.
Like a nice movie or an interactive experience.
So it really is, like we really said when we were talking about High Score Girl. I really do consider games an enriching hobby if you know how to manage them. Like there certainly are people who are addicted to games, and you know, full sympathy for that. But you know, I am not one of those people. Like, I just enjoy video games a lot and consider them a worthwhile use of my time.
Yeah, and you can still do what you have to do.
Right.
Do the adult thing and do the games in your downtime.
Right. And that's what counts. Like, if they are a valuable part of your time instead of a waste of your time, then more power to you. I think they're an excellent hobby. But like, vegging out on my phone is not a hobby. You know, it's an actual waste of time.
Yeah, and I would agree with that.
Yeah, and so like, when I do that, I just get really mad at myself and at the device. You know, even though it's not the device's fault.
You know, you got some Gen Z people who are growing up, and that is, like, their thought is, that is a hobby. I like going on my phone.
Is it, though?
That's just,
like,
that's what I would say.
If I haven't been enriched in some way, if I have literally just, like, killed an hour and, like, nothing has been added to my quality of life or to my depth of knowledge, or, like, what I have read hasn't touched me in some significant way, is that a hobby?
Yeah. And that's,
like with video games, like older people look at these video games and they don't see how these could possibly add anything to my life experience, whereas I would profoundly disagree. But like, I have vegged out on my phone like a young person, and I don't feel like that has added anything significant to the time that I spent doing it.
Yeah.
So again,
I would agree.
Maybe it's part generational, but I think it's also just like the nature of these clickbaity, you know, garbage articles and stuff on phones that, yeah.
I wonder if it's part generational. Like, that's what I tell myself, try to be objective. But then my gut is like, no, this is like how this stuff works. And it's almost like more like it preys off of, addiction concepts.
Right, exactly.
You know, where it's like clickbaity, exactly. Where it's just like, hey, don't you want to read this? Like, click on this. You get that little dopamine rush, and it's like, oh, I want to see more. Oh,
well, it's the same thing when I'm scrolling through Facebook. You know, like if I, you know, just click one more picture or scroll down just a little bit farther, there's something interesting. You know,
I mean, have dopamine. Have you noticed, like, there used to be go to next page, and now these days these websites are all infinite scroll.
Yes.
You just keep scrolling and it loads. Even Google is infinite scroll. There's no more page 2, page 3. It's just more results.
What did I just pick up? Speaking of vegging out, I don't remember what I
didn't see. Son of a bitch.
I'm sure it'll come up later. But anyways,
Or we just watch this and
right.
find out.
But yeah, so the other thing about that is in calling out, the vegging out on your phone kind of culture. It's not like I'm criticizing specifically the behavior of the generation younger than us. Like, I'm criticizing myself. Like, this is like self-reflection.
This is not old man yelling at cloud.
Right, yeah. This is me just being like, why am I doing this? Like, I'm not enjoying this.
Yeah, I do it too.
Yeah. So, whereas, like, I mean, you know about the OK Boomer meme right now, right?
Yeah, it seems to be exploding. And actually,
that's kind of the
really
point of that, because I do too. And that's kind of the point. Like, it's like these people who, go out of their way to be ignorant of generations younger than them and just be like flippantly dismissive. And now finally our generation is in a place where we can, talk back a little bit. Like, we don't have time for your shit because you're not contributing anything to the cultural zeitgeist.
I really feel like it's always been one side. Oh, killing golf. And, millennials are kind of lazy. And, of course, they don't have this because and there's always been
some truth to that.
Kind of the economic reality will be thrown back, but it's never been like just shut up, and now there does seem to be kind of this clapback.
I think there should be, because like I said, what we're doing right now is we're not criticizing the generation young beneath us because they're young and because they're different than we are. We're like literally picking apart these behaviors, which are part of the cultural norm, that are just like legitimately unhealthy, and I think that's different than what the boomers have been getting away with for going.
I see what you're saying.
10 to 15
what we're
years
doing
now
is talking about stuff that might be legitimately healthy,
like
and not to be
I
like,
think...
these young people.
Right,
because it's a society thing. It's not just Gen Z.
Right,
sure.
I don't think we're being boomers about this.
Yeah, and I see boomers being on their phones all the time. They're some of the worst offenders. It's everyone.
And they're actually the ones that are perpetuating a lot of like the garbage that is most like legitimately harmful to.
You talk about fake news and stuff.
Yeah, it's always posted by a fucking
of sharing
boomer. I'm
on
sorry.
Facebook. It's true. It's true, and it's just like what fucking website is this that I've never heard of?
Well, which kind of brings you to the next thing you really need to understand about like the boomer phenomenon is that when people our age criticize boomers, we're not like criticizing, 55 to 75-year-olds. We're literally talking about like that mindset of, because I was born at this time into this particular privilege, that I am somehow better or have earned more than millennials and Gen Xers.
That's definitely where I see it.
Like that's what that's what we mean by boomer, is like that Trumpian mindset,
Yeah. Like, hey, I'm doing okay, and it's just like there is some privilege, and most people have some kind of privilege,
whether they acknowledge it or not. Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously some people have a lot more.
Like I sure as shit do.
A white dude, yeah. Of course I have a lot of privilege.
Yeah.
And then
that's kind of a weird
growing
thing.
Up.
Yeah. That's
like growing up at an earlier time when you could go to college, just graduate college, and you could actually get a house pretty quickly after that. Like, that's nice too.
And it's kind of a weird thing to even think about, like when I actually try to like put myself in the shoes of like other people my age that are either, like female or black and are kind of like living through this sort of modern civil rights. I mean, it's not to, downplay like what Martin Luther King and everyone did. But it is a civil rights movement. It's not the civil rights movement, but it is a movement for the rights of a generation of people, and particularly like for Latino people, like, and kind of unrepresented or people who have historically been taken advantage of, even if they've not been like openly oppressed. So like, for instance, I was thinking like you talked about like kind of the privileges that a lot of people have. Growing up in Napoleon, Ohio, for instance, your and my friendship I distinctly remember this among some of our teachers, which was really fucking shitty because I didn't realize it at the time. But we were thought of as kind of a weird pairing, simply because you did have, you know, a different appearance from like a lot of the like German rural people that were in that town.
Yeah.
and like dude,
I didn't even realize that at the time.
Yeah, no.
As a kid.
I think it was less you, no offense, and more of your brothers. I think they got it a lot harder, and particularly Raj. And I won't get into any details there, but Raj got fucked, man. I totally agree. To this day, man, I still think about that, and I'm like bitter.
Makes you angry. Yeah.
It does, because I don't know if he ever told you this, but when the event that I'm referencing went down, I was in the school office, like having like a fucking asthma attack or something, and waiting for my dad to show up with my nebulizer. And he came in and like with the principal, and like I overheard everything go down. I'm like, this is fucking absolute bullshit. And yeah, like I didn't even know what to say to him because that was like so far outside of my realm of experience. Because clearly I knew. What can you do? Yeah, like right. Like but it's like at the same time, like I kind of felt like maybe I should fucking say something because I know Roger and I know his sense of humor and I know that whatever he said was being wildly blown out of proportion, and the fucking adults in the room, like the people that are supposed to be like level-headed and, you know, working.
Let's think about this.
Yeah, right. Are actually like letting it get blown out of proportion because it's fucking Roger and, you know, not fucking whoever was quarterback of the football team at that time. You know, like straight up, that's what was going down. And like I said, I had never experienced that personally before until that moment. So, yeah. It was just like a shitty kind of situation. And now what's happening is that people who kind of grew up in those circumstances or were the victim of those circumstances are basically standing up for themselves and saying no more. And, you know, thanks be to God for that, because they really shouldn't have to put up with that same kind of shit.
Yeah.
It is like... And the problem... Bringing this back to where we started with the boomers, like, their success has been built on the backs of not quite oppressed, but certainly marginalized people.
That's true. I mean, a lot of this country, just in general, kind of the economics was built off of. I mean, yeah, obviously.
And the thing that boomers can say though, in their defense, is like, oh yeah, no, you're right. This country was built on the backs of slaves and segregation, which is why our generation did away with segregation. Yeah, but dude, even if you let King and the civil rights guys do away with segregation, you certainly continued to benefit and appropriate what they did into something that was palatable for like your cultural frame of reference. Like, they would, like, that's where the tolerance movement came out of, right? You would tolerate someone, but you certainly wouldn't sit at the table with someone, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and so
and you still see that these days is like as long as they're shoving it down my throat. You know, you hear that sometimes.
Yeah, like stop shoving like your floaty hipster crap down my throat. You know, and that's not at all what we're doing. We're just fucking frankly saying that, you know, everyone should have the same privilege and opportunity that you have had.
Yeah, I hear that, and it's almost like, hey, I quote unquote accepting you. You know, like I'm not like you doing them a favor by not actively rallying against people.
Exactly, right.
And it's just like, no, that's literally the bare minimum.
So they assume that because they had been doing the bare minimum, that they have like a get out of jail free card for like criticizing gay people and you know, millennials and everything, because what life experience do we have? Well, we're almost 40, so a hell of a lot actually.
The oldest millennials are
turning 40.
They're getting to their late 30s and almost 40 now.
Basically,
so we're full-fledged freaking adults.
Yeah, so basically I like this boomer thing because it is relevant And I think it's a conversation we need to have, and I think it can kind of start by, you know, being a little bit dismissive of these people who have...
Literally the word I was thinking of.
Who have been like, dismissive of us for so long.
And I don't... It's like, oh, fight fire with fire, or they've been doing... My highest mind, I want to try to change people's minds.
Yeah.
But that's... People's thinking is largely inflexible.
Right. Well, and here's the really thing, too. By being dismissive, what we're saying is that, you know, we actually are adults now. The world is about to be handed over to us, whether you want it to be or not. So we're going to progress, whether it's in a way that makes you feel altogether comfortable or not. Yeah. And so that's really what OK Boomer I think is supposed to mean.
Yeah, and of course you're gonna have young like kids and stuff who are just gonna use it for everything and abuse it. Blah, blah,
yeah,
blah.
Sure.
But I really think the heart of that is kind of like, you know what, this is what you're saying is just ridiculous. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, and be dismissive of
and it's frankly time for you to stop if this is all that you want to contribute to society. Just
basically,
back off.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where we are. And to cap this whole thing off, I don't know how we even got on this fucking topic, but thinking back to like when we were kids in fucking Napoleon, Ohio. Like it's just such a weird thing that this is how we met and like became good friends, despite the fact that like you were one of only a handful of even partially Hispanic families in town. And, you know, I was just kind of this nerdy outsider anyways. And so automatically, I'll always remember this, too, is there were teachers who suspected that we were gay.
Yeah. Yep.
I remember one time, and the hilarious thing is, in our, like, 10-year-old minds, we found a way to, like, make this work to our advantage, where, like, you know, if we didn't want to go out into the freezing cold for recess, we would just, like, put our arms around each other at lunch, and then have to stay behind, you know, for a little bit, and then we would, like, instead of going outside, we would just, like, wander the halls and talk about video games.
Yeah, and I don't think at the time I fully comprehended, like, why they were so upset and what was going on with that. It was just, like, this. Yeah. I know we can, and I think like pretty quickly is, I know we can get our way if we do this thing.
And exactly. Like I didn't realize that's what we were doing until later, but you know, that's exactly right. I figured, okay, so if you and I orchestrate this scene and we get like left behind, then we don't have to go to gym class. We can just like meander for a little bit and hang out. And so we would just do that.
Pretty quickly. It was, I think when I was like really young, it was like, yeah, recess. I think pretty quickly when we met, it was just like, no, that's our time to catch up and you know, talk games.
Talk
basically.
Shop, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we made it work. We're still friends, and now we're two moderately successful adults with good decent moral value, right? Like we weren't these depraved lunatics.
No,
they were like ultra
rebellious. I think their fear.
Yeah. So that's that.
We turned out okay.
Yeah, right. And next time on Play the Hits, we're gonna get the airship and continue to chat about absolutely nothing.
Talk about the ills of our society.
Exactly.
So important.
All right, buddy. We'll see you next time.
All right, man. Talk to you later.
Later.